right, this is gonna be your view outside of 13275 Emerald Hills. The home is beautiful. You're gonna love it. I'm not seeing anything alarming on the outside. There were some feathers, but we'll take a closer look on the outside in just a moment. Your driveway, just keep in mind it's my job to point out everything. Walking up, you can see that there is a little bit of paint missing. That's not a big deal, but I want you to have a full picture. The front is beautiful, landscaped, well kept. There are some nails right there, something right there. Coming up, I'm not sure if this is supposed to go all the way across or not. A little bit of stucco right there. But around the windows look really good. There are some pigeons. The outside of the front. There's a dog next door. All right. Right here, around the door frame. Looks like maybe something spilled there. All right, walking in. You walk in and you immediately see the stairs. Off to your left is gonna be your living area, the fireplace. You can see the beautiful bay windows. Everything looks really good, to be honest. The ceilings look good. It could use a deep clean and maybe some paint in some places, but it's not nearly as bad as what I've seen recently. So continuing through the home, if I stop right here, as I exit the living area, this is what it looks like from here. Vaulted ceilings, beautiful chandelier above the door, living area. All right, so then you have your kitchen and your dining area. This is a huge dining area. Recessed lighting. A large kitchen too. Walking in, you can see the sink area. It might need to be recaulked around the edges, but overall it looks pretty good. These windows are a little foggy-ish. They might just need cleaned though. I'm not seeing moisture. So, looking underneath the sinks, it looks good. I do want to point out some cosmetic damage down here, the baseboards. But overall, it looks pretty good. Just a deep clean would be really great. And see, heading over to the pantry. Recess lighting. It is kind of yellowing around that. I don't know if that's just accumulated dirt. Again, it's just my job to point everything out. The floors. All right, turning around. This is what your dining area looks like from your kitchen. All right, if we head through, this is gonna be your living area again. Walk in here, you can see your Harry Potter closet. And it has a light, so that's great for storage. It does look like it needs cleaned up back here. I can't tell if that's water that has sat and dirt has dried in it, because it's not wet right now. But you can see the closet, people don't put as much into storage as they might the other parts of the house. I do want to point out this right here. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but the floor is lifting up right here. Okay, walking down the hallway. Please stop and pause. Before we head further, this is what it looks like from this area. angle. All right, so heading down the hallway. This is gonna be your laundry room. We're gonna go ahead and go to the left though. This is your primary bedroom. It's a big room. Very large room. You don't have as much closet space as I feel like I've seen in recent homes, but this is your closet space. Okay. Heading in, you have the primary bathroom. You do have 2 sinks, which is great. Big garden tub, commode, bidet, shower. I'm not seeing anything crazy in the shower either. And the tiles all look good. They could clean up the grout around the edges if it's new construction, but you know, it's okay. All right, coming back out. These windows around them, I don't know if you can tell, it looks like it could be resealed around the windows. All right, heading back out. We're gonna turn to our left and walk out. Going into the laundry room, again, nothing alarming. These are separating from a wall. I'm not sure why, what would cause that, but the ceiling looks good. Let me pan up there. Floors look good. Does look like this is lifting just a tiny bit. I don't know, you can see that's been settled, and there's just along the floors, there's some spots that could be filled in or resealed. Continuing down the hallway off to our right is a full bathroom. You have a shower, walk-in shower. It's kind of dark in the shower because there's not a light above. This is missing a little bit of grout right there. You do have the commode right here. That needs cleaned. I'll show you one more outside. All right, walking out of the bathroom. This looks like it might be missing a vent. Not sure if that's what's supposed to go there, but I know that I can see in the wall of the garage. All right, walking out into the garage. Didn't see anything crazy out here. It's kind of dark because it only has one little light bulb. You do have built-in storage, which is really nice. Garage door opener, no indication of leaking that I could see. More storage. Over here is individual water shutoff valves, which is really nice. So if you need to do work in a bathroom, you don't have to turn off water to the whole house. Your water heater and AC unit, one of, does have a water catcher pan. Your AC unit, it looks clean. Doesn't look super dirty. So there's some spots on the walls. Let me show you over here too. Looks like there's been a little bit of water that's gotten in. Just some rough paint stuff going on. A big one for ceilings. Let me show you the ceiling. Not seeing any water damage or anything. Ooh, it's warm by this door. All right, walking back through. Walking down the hallway, we see our laundry room, bedroom, dining area, kitchen, living area. We're gonna go up the stairs. All right, this is not a closet or anything. It's just a little space for you to do whatever you want with me show you this window up close. The paint looks pretty consistent throughout though. All right, walking up the stairs, you can tell it'd be nice if there's a deep clean. But it's not too bad. So here's the view from the first landing. Chandelier windows. Walking up. As soon as you get up the stairs, you have the first bathroom. But we're gonna go ahead and go to our right and go into the first bedroom. This is a huge room. You do have built-in closet shelves. And lots of natural light in this room. Vaulted ceilings. Ceilings look good. Walk over to the other side. You can see the closet over there. Built-in shelves. You can tell they have something hanging on the wall right there, which is fine. I'll show you the closet. Closet. All right, so this is a pretty large closet. Walking out, if I go to the right again, you have this bathroom here. Looks a little rusty, the vent does. You have these beautiful sinks. I will say it feels small in this area. Like it is narrow. I'll show you under the sinks. So there's been a little bit of something to happen here. I didn't see any indication on the ceiling underneath, which is good, but there's some stuff going on here. So you can see just what you're getting into. Some cracking down here. All right, walking in. You do have your tub. This is a really big shower. This part feels really big. Somebody had a child that loved kittens. All right, you do have this up here. This needs resealed. There's a lot of that missing. I'm not seeing any indication of water damage though on the ceiling. And then your commode area, the windows. That looks correct. Yeah, okay. Looks pretty good. So back over here, like I said, it's narrow. This is your closet. There's a patch there. All right, continuing out, back into the hallway. If we keep to our right, here is the upstairs AC unit. This one's a little dusty. Right next to it, you have a what they turned into a media room. This is a really big room as well. Like, this house does have big rooms. I'll give them that. A little shelf up there, which is really cool. Ceilings look good. Show you the ceiling. All right, heading over. You can tell they had things hanging on the walls and some patches. Okay, let me show you. Hey, let me show you the closets. This is a narrow closet. You do have a rack rod right here, but I don't know how clothes would lie flat with all these shelves. And that shelf looks like it's missing a small piece. Yeah, okay. Continuing through. Oh, flooring, somebody had something that's stuck. All right, so you can see down there. Continuing down the hallway off to our right again is another bedroom. This one's a little bit smaller than the last two that we've seen, which is not terrible. Do have that up there. Ceiling looks good. And I want to show you, sorry, the whiplash. Show you the roof outside if it will focus. Oh, it's not gonna focus. Here we go. You can see the condition of the awning outside. Okay. Since we were up here, you know. All right, continuing through. This door is not on track. But maybe this one is, yeah. So let me show you the closet, you know, everything. So this is a normal closet. You can put clothes here. There's some patches there. All right. This is your view from the very top. This is beautiful. And then last but not least, we do have the final bedroom. This is a good sized bedroom yet again. The smallest bedroom is the one that we just came from. I feel like this is definitely not as big as the first two, but this is like the biggest size bedroom that I'm seeing outside of primary bedrooms in the newer homes. So this is not water. This is like hard. So something happened there. And then this needs cleaned for sure. Yeah, pigeons. But you can see the room, a little shelf up at the top. Ceiling looks good. Closet. All right, let's walk downstairs. Let me show you outside. Walking back down the hallway, past the bedrooms, past the bathroom, going downstairs. Your fireplace. I don't think I got up close and personal for you for the fireplace. There's just a little bit of hole there. There's some glue or something on it throughout. In places, it's kind of hard to see it on the camera. Let's go outside. Walking back through. You have your door. Door looks to be in pretty good condition. I love the outside. The paint is peeling, which is cosmetic. Some fence stuff going on right there. The windows from the outside look to be pretty good right here. We've looked at the roof up there, so you know what that looks like. This is backyard. It does have a little shed, some garden tools. It is backed up to a water reservoir, so that's nice. You're not gonna have dogs barking over your fence on the back side of your fence. All right, concrete is cracking a little, but that's normal. You have these beautiful, beautiful trees. So that's the awning. It does look like there's some paint or something missing right there. Might just be the glue. I think it's just the tar that's come down. Sun's in my eyes. Right there. Yeah, I think it's just the glue has come down. All right, moving on. So you can see there's some cracks down here that look like they've probably been patched before. Windows. look good. I'm not seeing any indication of moisture. Yeah, let me show you. Sorry to rip the camera around. Let me walk to the back. I was trying to get it so that I could show you. There's some feathers on the top of the roof behind the very top. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it. Oh. There's some feathers up there, so you definitely want to have an inspection or a roofer go out and just double check and see if pigeons have done any damage to the roof. But I feel like that's probably normal. I did want to show you one thing over here though. Might be something, might be nothing. Tracy would definitely be able to help us. So here's air conditioning unit 1, looks great. This one has some, like this one has been dripping. It's still dripping. So the AC system inside probably needs to be cleaned out because it looks like it's been dripping for a minute. But I do think that's the one that's supposed to be dripping, so maybe not. But the other one is not in the same condition, so just wanted to point it out. Here's everything over here. It's difficult to show it because it's kind of a narrow walkway, but it looks pretty decent. I'm not seeing, again, not seeing anything alarming that I would feel uncomfortable with. Show it behind the home. Okay, backyard. And let me know if you have any questions.